Hello again, my lovely students. Let's complete our Unit 3, Lessons 3 and 4. Our grammar today is the present perfect tense. The present perfect tense. Let's see. Who can tell me what's the difference between the two pictures? Who can tell me what's the difference between these pictures? Yes, as you said here in this picture, in picture number 1, we can see Miss Dina a road. This road is dry, okay, but here the road is wet. The road is wet, okay. So in picture number 1, we will say it rained. It rained. We will use the past simple, but here we will say it has rained. It has rained. Why, Miss Dina, here in this picture we will use the present perfect tense, and why here we use the past simple? Okay, let's see. We use the present perfect tense for actions that started in the past and still true now or have a result now. As we see in the previous pictures, the picture number 1 is dry, so we used the past simple because the action started and finished in the past. But in the second picture we use the present perfect tense because the road is still wet. The action started in the past and it has a result. Okay, it has a result. So the road is wet. So in the second picture we used the present perfect tense. Let's see some examples. Here, I have studied English. I have studied English. The second example, he has just finished his homework. He has just finished his homework. So the present perfect tense. Okay, let's see the form of the present perfect tense. As we see here, the subject plus have or has, then the past participle. The past participle. So we, I, we, you, they, it will, they will come with have, and he, she, it will, okay, come with has. So we have cleaned our classroom. Here the subject, then have, followed by past participle. The second example, she has tidied her room. She has tidied her room. I've, the abbreviation, okay, let's see the abbreviation. I finished my homework. His climbed, the mountain. Here, please look at this carefully. Have, for example, in the abbreviation it will be I've. Has, it will be his. Okay, the next. Okay, in negative form we will put not to have and has. So it will be I haven't climbed the mountain, or he hasn't cleaned the kitchen. Okay, so have not equals haven't, has not equals hasn't. Okay, and yes or no question, okay, we will start the question with have or has, then or plus subject plus past participle. For example, have you tidied your room? Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Okay, another question. Has she cleaned the kitchen? Has she cleaned the kitchen? Yes, she has, or no, she hasn't. So here, in yes or no questions, we will start with have or has, followed by subject, followed by past participle. But in WH question, we will, okay, do like this. WH questions plus have or has plus the subject plus past participle. For example, what have you tidied? What have you tidied? I have tidied my room. What has she washed? What has she washed? She has washed her car. And now here, this is the answer, and you should tell me what's the question, okay? The answer is they have cleaned their rooms. Yes, excellent. So the question is, what have they cleaned? What have they cleaned? Excellent. So the key words of this tense are ever, never, yet, just, already, for, since. Again, ever, never, yet, just, already, for, since. Again, repeat. Okay, repeat. Ever, never, yet, just, already, for, since. Okay. We will start with just and already, okay? Here, just and already, we will put them in the middle between have or has and the past participle, okay? So, I've just had my breakfast. I've just had my breakfast, as we see in this example. Just, okay, it is in the middle between have and the past participle had. The next example, she's already sent the letters. So here already it's in the middle between has and the past participle sent. Okay, so just and already, they come in the middle between have or has and the past participle. But ever, we can use ever for question sentences to ask about what someone has done in their life up to now. Okay, let's see this example. Have you ever climbed the mountain? Has she ever tidied her room? So here we use ever only in the question in the present perfect tense, okay? Have or has plus the subject and then ever followed by past participle. We use ever for a question to ask about what someone has done in their life up to now. Okay? The next keyword, never. Yes, we can use never for negative answers to talk about what someone hasn't done in their life up to now. So, never, we put never in negative answers, okay? So, the subject followed by have or has, then never, then past participle. Let's see the example. I have never climbed the mountain. I mean, I haven't or I don't do this thing before, okay? He has never cleaned the kitchen. Okay, he has never cleaned the kitchen. We use never in negative answers to talk about what someone hasn't done in their life up to do now. Okay. And now let's see using just, already, yet, before with the present perfect. I've just finished my homework. She has already seen this film. But here, yet and before, we can use yet or before for negative and question sentences with the present perfect. For example, I haven't climbed a mountain yet. Or I haven't climbed a mountain before. Yet and before, they come at the end of the sentence or at the end of the question, as we see here. Yet or before, they came in the at the end, okay? And here also in this question, yet and before came at the end of the question. Has he climbed the mountain yet or before? Has he climbed the mountain yet? Has he climbed the mountain before? So, yet and before, they come at the end of the sentence or the question. Okay, we use them in the negative or in a question. Okay, the next. And now let's exercise. Read and circle. I haven't been to a festival like this. Yes, we will choose before. Number 2, who can answer? He hasn't tidied his room already or yet, so he can't go out. Super excellent. It will be yet. The next. The girls haven't worn traditional clothes just or before. No, we will choose before. Excellent. I don't want a sandwich. Thank you. I've just or yet had lunch. I've just. Because just, it comes between have or has and the past participle. So we will use just. Have you tried any of the food? Excellent. Yet. Okay. It comes at the end of the question. Okay. Number 6. We've already or yet seen the fireworks. They were great. Yes, already. Brilliant. Primary 6. And now since and for. Since followed by the start of a period. I mean, we use since to talk about past actions after a certain time or a date. Since 2007, or last year, month, week, Sunday, summer, okay, April, or 10 o'clock. So we use since to talk about past actions after a certain time or a date. For example, I have lived in Cairo since 2011. She has worked here since last year. But for, we use for to talk about past actions in a period of time. For a week, 2 weeks, an hour, 3 hours, a year, 5 years. I mean a number and then anything. I have lived in Cairo for 7 years. He has worked here for 6 months. And now the question with how long. We use this question to know the period. How long have you studied English? Here I ask about the period, to know the period, okay? How long have you studied English? We have studied English since 2011. How long has he lived in Cairo? He has lived in Cairo for 20 years. Then they have worked here for 4 years. How long have they worked here? Okay. Thank you, my dear students. See you later.